Ladies, gentlemen, and those in between, welcome to the inaugural episode of, I suppose, a little series that I'm calling Attack on Grifters. Now, before we get started with our lovely little Eggman here, the subject of today's video, Tectone, uh, and we're going to talk about a little bit of this sort of idea, I suppose, behind this series, I guess, that I'm going to engage with, the new idea, what have you. A lot of this stuff that I'm going to be covering here today is to show a pattern of behavior that Tectone broadly engages in order to garner particular fucking audiences. Simply put, because if we're talking about a grifter, of which I do believe that Tectone is, we have to think about our definitions here real quick. Just a quick little definition. A definition of a grifter, someone who gets money dishonestly by tricking people. Very simple summary. Of course, we can expand this definition a little bit to also include believing in certain political prescriptions and also believing in certain ideologies and pushing for thoughts and beliefs that in reality they either do not care about or have contradictory sort of beliefs and principles in when they try to get called on it. Classic fucking grifter behavior. There are so many fucking examples of this in so many different fucking spaces that we could be here all day listing them out. Honestly, every single conservative pundit can broadly be slotted very neatly in this place. But they're all for another day. What I intend this mostly to be is a recounting of chronological events, talking about how we got here. Mostly. And how I will be putting forth an argument, a position, to indicate how I think this man is a fucking grifter. That's the basic gist that I want to approach when tackling this, I suppose, series. We'll just call it a fucking series. The Attack on Grifters. And the reasoning why I am doing this, even from the beginning, is because 2025, Gamergate, and all of these phenomenon that have occurred have given the permission structure and have created the environment for motherfuckers like this to sprout up out of nowhere and just keep sprouting up and continuing to push lies, say complete fucking nonsense, and just keep pushing their rather wretched agendas that are built completely up out of lies and being able to strike it rather rich as a result of the fact that they just keep lying about positions that they believe in, lying about controversies that they have, and consistently pushing for beliefs that in reality they don't actually care all that much about. So why don't we get into a retelling of events? I don't want to necessarily focus too much on the Tectone sexual abuse stuff. This has already been litigated very effectively, and I'll be sticking that video in the description below, by an individual named Shamu. Shamu's video outlining how Tectone consistently lies about the situation that he had around his ex-wife Fream and also his ex Pinkchyu is a very well thought out, well put out sort of telling of events and reasoned out positions and arguments expressing how he is a liar. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because it is to help build a foundation of sorts, talking about when we get to the ultimate position that we're going to get into, and that is the current sort of state of Tectone, the level of fucking grifting that we are operating off of. So, we all know this has been fucking litigated at this point. As much as Tectone fans want to cope and seethe about it, same with Tectone himself, he's a sexual abuser. He has multiple allegations out against him, and more than likely has also, not more than likely, but has also gotten NDAs between both parties, that being his ex-wife Fream and also Tectone himself, to not talk about what happened, because Fream herself was about to come out with a Google document detailing all of the abuse allegations and the allegations of abuse that Tectone did to her during their time, well, while they were married. We're going to go over a full sort of like recounting and talking of the fucking events. But let's start here with this clip, specifically with Tectone and his ex-wife, to get like a sort of idea, a beginning, a sort of like entrance into the sort of minds, I suppose, of the individual that we're dealing with here, that being Tectone.
Don't touch me.
I'm patient.
No, you're fucking not. You're like the most impatient, moody fucker I've ever met.
Patient when it comes to you.
Freem, I carry our marriage, and you know that. Freem, you know that.
I think we have a pretty 50-50 marriage.
You're high. You're high. You're kidding.
I find it very funny that Tectone is talking about how Freem is being overly emotional and isn't capable of carrying the marriage, despite the fact that he's just coming off as like an extremely prissy, like, I don't know, incredibly fucking effeminate loser, overly emotional for like no fucking reason, which again, very, like, he is being very emotional, very fucking entitled for like literally no reason. He thinks he's a bunch of hot shit because he's got a fucking successful streaming career. Oh boy, look at you, how special you are.
On stream? Is this content? Or wait, you're kidding, Graham. You think so?
I think I help.
I'm not saying you don't help. You think it's 50-50?
Yes, this is consistent behavior. But we'll get to that point, Miss Minnie.
Explain.
I mean, okay.
I would unironically say I'm probably one of the best husbands on planet Earth.
You're a very good husband.
No, I wouldn't say very good. I would say
I'm gonna say that that's a pretty big red fucking flag right there. If you have to, I don't know, like pat yourself so hard on the back, and she's clearly not fucking reciprocating, saying that, oh yeah, I'm such like a good fucking husband, bros. I'm a really, really good husband, dudes. I'm really, really good at doing all this fucking husband shit. Yeah, you know, the best husband, the greatest. Many people are saying that I'm the greatest fucking husband ever since, well, myself, because I'm the greatest, obviously. No, not a good look. Really, really fucking bad look. Very, very narcissistic fucking behavior. Very, very divorced. Yeah, exactly. Very divorced man thinks he's the best husband. Yeah, exactly, Alex. Not a very, very good look. This makes you come off as a really big fucking tool.
one of the best. I would say I'm goated with the fucking sauce.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, you carry in social aspects, I carry in the back-end tech stuff. And I feel like together, we make a good team.
No, wait. Yeah, I'm talking about marriage.
Okay?
Marriage, not tech stuff.
I mean, our marriage still includes our business relationship with me helping with your career. 'Cause that's a big part of our marriage. The subathon is a big part of our marriage.
I'm saying take a job out. Take jobs out. Sure, you help me with tech stuff.
Why would you take the job out in this particular... Okay, I don't want to spend too much time arguing against all this, because that's not really the point. I'm mostly just trying to lay out, again, how much of a fucking... the foundation of as to why, more than likely, I think he is a fucking grifter, because we all know of the fucking behavior of the divorced dad eventually becoming a right-wing fucking charlatan. Very, very fucking often. Like, that's the exact fucking point. It's just like... Isn't this fucking distracted driving? If we want to be nitpicky, yeah, sure, Boy Meets Mini, but like, that's fucking irrelevant to the overall fucking argument. Yeah, he's doing distracted driving. Yeah, whatever. Streaming, don't stream while driving. That is bad, obviously. Thank you, Boy Meets Mini. But what was I saying? If it takes two to fucking tango, if the success of your career is built off of the fact that your wife is doing a lot of the significant fucking tech end stuff in the back, and that's the reason why you're earning money, that's how it fucking works. Like, That's a part of the marriage. You guys are working together as a fucking team. Even though, like, Tectone likes to pretend that he's the sole breadwinner, there's also a clip of him saying that, yeah, I'm the fucking sole breadwinner, and who cares about what Freem has contributed, because, fuck it. He only did back-end tech stuff. It's like, no, that's not how that works. A lot of the back-end tech stuff, very, very fucking important. You shouldn't just downplay any of that just because it's your stupid fucking face that's at the top. It's just like, well, that's a little interesting. Very, very interesting that you're just saying that. Almost as if he never had any respect for his wife to begin with.
Stuff from my career, sure. But marriage, dude, I am the conflict resolution god.
Yeah, you are.
100%.
No, 100% you are.
I am the greatest shoulder to cry on. I am the greatest consoler. I'm understanding everything. The romantic shit I do is crazy. Like, are you...
That little fucking chuckle at the end is that's pretty fucking telling. Like, sure, man. That's I was gonna fucking catch that out, buddy. But yeah, obviously, we all know they ended up getting a divorce. And there's a lot of fucking allegations that were put out specifically by Freem talking about how Tectone more than likely fucking cheated on her with Pinkchyu. So, Lore Master Hero, Freem, Tectone's ex-wife, allegedly claims that Tectone was cheating on her with Pinkchyu before their divorce. She found out that Tectone purchased lingerie using their shared Amazon account for someone else 6 months prior to their divorce, and Pinkchyu was seen wearing the exact same bra in her cosplay photo a few months later. Jesus Christ, the people who fucking dug this shit up are fucking crazy, bro. That's wild. She also stated that Tectone canceled their plans on Christmas, and she later found out via their security cams that was because Tectone had Pinkchyu over in the middle of the night. During the Genshin Impact drama, quick summary on that, Tectone would get into arguments and fights with a bunch of Genshin Impact autists who basically did all the calculations and frame data for optimal DPS spreads on certain fucking characters and shit like that. And Tectone tried to, like, mog some of these fucking autists, provided basically no fucking arguments, made himself look like a clown, and also admitted to fucking lying about the position that he was holding when he was doing the fucking debate. So, but since he was the bigger content creator, it doesn't fucking matter. So it's all a he said, and whoever is the bigger content creator is going to win that fight in the end. And Tectone is the bigger content creator, so he can write history however he wants. It was revealed that Tectone and Freem were not on good terms. Before this news broke, Tectone had been claiming everything was good between them since their divorce. A lie, obviously. Freem, and I think that screenshot is also within this overall thread, saying that no, they are not on good terms. Because Tectone consistently, and this is his main fucking rhetorical tactic, he has a big messiah complex. He loves to consistently fucking talk about how, oh, look at me, gaze upon me, how kind and gracious and generous I am in giving you such grace and credit in a situation that you should never have been in to begin with. When that's just not how that works, buddy. Like, you're the one who's trying to basically force people into silence, specifically with Freem here, and we'll get to how he tried to do that. Force Freem into silence to not come out with a Google document with the abuse allegations against you. That's what you were fucking doing, buddy. And we'll get into what he used Pinkchyu to do in that particular respect once we get to Shamu's thread about all this. Not only did he make a really good video about this, he also wrote up a very, very comprehensive thread. In response to this, Pinkchyu for some reason got herself involved in a drama and said Freem was a psycho stalker. In response to Pinkchyu posting this tweet, Kuko called her out to not throw stones at a glass house when you're a homewrecker. TLDR, I don't really give a fuck about this. Fuck Tectone. Yeah, fuck Tectone. Yeah, I could agree with that. And I believe the other people who I think more than likely was coming out with stuff against this was not only Kuko, but also I think Vebe, who's a VTuber, and Soda Poppin', another large fucking independent fucking streamer. So obviously, here is the evidence of the Discord DMs of I believe this is Tectone. with Fream with Tectone. I think this is Fream with Tectone. I could be forgetting about this. Or the evidence of the fucking goddamn bra that was purchased on the shared Amazon account. Here is... I'm not sure who exactly is being DM'd here. It's not Tectone. That's my mistake. But this is a lot of the evidence that Fream has specifically. So here is... during the Christmas time, as corroborated from that lore master here, and also the idea that people are still saying that they have a good relationship because of some of the things that Tectone was saying on stream, saying that no, like, we're not actually on good terms. He's trying to be a little fucking goddamn playful on stream, and also saying that the relationship is good. Not actually the truth. They are not on good terms, because not only did Tectone cheat on Fream, but also we can make the assumption, based off of the information that we do know now, was going to come out with abuse allegations against Tectone, specifically with the Google document, which they both signed an NDA to not get released to the fucking public. And obviously, this is Pinkchyu basically being weaponized by Tectone in order to go after his ex-wife. In essence. But this was before she knew what the actual situation was. So obviously this is her responding to talking about apparently like Fream cheating, which is something that Tectone alleged. This is a lie. And Pinkchyu also essentially defending Tectone without knowing what actually would happen with the dynamics of the relationship. Dating the guy that was Tectone's assistant for a year before their divorce, and she was not out living with him. Her and her boyfriend were watching me on the cameras. It's not actually true. This is a lie that was, well, put in Pinkchyu's head, specifically by Tectone. Let me clear things up. The bra thing, that person was telling people I was wearing their bra, which isn't true. I have purchase history for it. I have never met Techie until December 2022, and we're just friends. We even have another roommate. This person was telling people I was a cheater while they were the one who did it. I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm trying to clear up all the lies being spread as much as possible. I'm trying to do the right thing. Here's proof of both. Can't believe I even got to do this, but I'm not a liar and I have nothing to hide. And these are, I believe, the DMs between Tectone. I think it's Pinkchyu, I think. Oh, I was supposed to meet you the other day. That never happened. I'd love to meet up. My friends love you. And, of course, the dumbass fucking bra. But here. A very comprehensive thread, because there was lawsuits about all this shit. And I was mostly trying to find all the fucking lawsuits because Tectone had Pinkchyu basically go nuclear on Fream with lawsuits, right? There was lawsuits that came out of a result of all this because in Pinkchyu's mind, she thought that Fream was a fucking psycho goddamn stalker. No evidence for this being the case whatsoever. That's Tectone lying and manipulating his now, well, ex-fucking girlfriend. Why don't we take a look? On February 4th, 2024, Pinkchyu reached out to Kuko because Kuko had promised to issue a public apology to Pinkchyu. However, Kuko explains that her understanding of the dispute between Fream and Tectone relates to a serious and false allegations against Tectone. After hearing about these serious and false allegations from Pinkchyu, Tectone freaked out in disbelief and called Kuko to tell the truth surrounding the entire situation. During that call, Tectone and Pinkchyu learned that Fream had a Google Doc that she was planning to release to the public. This was the thing that I was mentioning earlier. The Google Doc claims that multiple people, Vebe, Kuko, and Chance Soda Pop and Morris, were aware of the alleged conduct and that Fream was planning to release it unless Tectone and his attorneys acquiesced to Fream's demands. This is where the fucking NDA came from, to prevent the release of this Google document. That's what we know. And this is, of course, the lawsuit that Pinkchyu filed herself against fucking Fream to basically help fucking protect Tectone. We know Tectone was feeding things to Pink to attack/sue his ex-wife because documents in the lawsuit show it's obviously stories from Tectone when him and Fream were still together. Also, Tectone got Pink to include Fream, saying Tectone had a micro penis. That's fucking hilarious. Wait, really? Oh my god. That's fucking objectively hilarious that he has a fucking micro penis. Okay, that besides the point, but to continue going through all this, Tectone hosted a live stream where he went on a real-life adventure, visiting several anime shops and attending an elaborate and expensive sushi dinner, being that his was work for Tectone, Fream, and Kurzum were not invited to join because they needed to stay at the house and monitor the stream for technical issues. On the same day, Fream was extremely jealous of Tectone's adventures and was pouting in her office. Noticing Fream, Kurzum suggested that they go on their own adventure. Fream was excited by the prospect of going on a date with her crush Kurzum and agreed. What the fuck is this, like, high school ass fucking bullshit? And again, this is all that shit that's currently in the Pinkchyu fucking lawsuit. This lawsuit, by the way, for clarification, ended up getting fucking dropped. Well, Pinkchyu and Fream ended up working out the situation after Pinkchyu recognized and learned that, oh, yeah, Tectone's actually a manipulative fucking asshole. So it's so funny that this is some fucking extreme fucking high school fucking bullshit. In getting ready for the date, Fream decided to impress Kurzum and put on her hottest outfit, 2002 era Kim Possible look with tight turtleneck and cargo pants. She also made sure her hair and makeup was perfect. So Tectone would then cheat on Pinkchyu and attempt to lie about it on the timeline to avoid responsibility and fucking controversy. This was the stream that he had with his fucking mods, trying to prove his fucking innocence about, well, cheating on fucking Pinkchyu. So, this is your fucking smoking gun evidence and fucking proof, Tectone? A fucking random conversation that you're having with one of your mods, buddy. Okay, bro. Nice fucking meme, dude. This definitely fucking passes the fucking smell test. And I don't think I should be scared of the person I'm dating. It's not your fault. I just have a lot of anxiety when I don't understand. I wasn't mad earlier. I was just scared, and I realized I shouldn't be scared of the person I'm supposed to love, but I think as friends it'll still be better. Thank you for understanding. When you say scared, like, what do you mean? What do you think I'm gonna do? I don't know. I guess, like, in the mind of Tectone, because this is the thing that he consistently likes to do, is he likes to claim that he also got sexually assaulted when there's no evidence to suggest that was the case, and that's why he's, like, afraid of having sex. But in, like, streams before, he's also claimed that he's having so much fucking sex. So it's just like, which is it, buddy? Like, you like having a ton of fucking sex? You're scared of fucking sex? Like, what's going on here? It's so fucking stupid. So in the fallout of Tectone getting Pink to file lawsuits and police reports based around what Tectone was telling her about Fream, an NDA was filed on both Fream and Tectone. We now know, 100% allegations were going to be made by Fream. Tectone tries to hide behind this NDA often. Exactly. He used the NDA as a weapon in order to make sure that the Google document about the abuse allegations that Fream, his ex-wife, was going to release on fucking Tectone. Not a good fucking look, buddy. So then, of course, Tectone claims over and over again that now we are starting to get to the allegations that Pinkchyu had against specifically Tectone. So, Pinkchyu now has her fucking allegations against Tectone. Tectone also fucking cheated on her and also sexually fucking abused her. The main smoking gun that he has is saying that he has receipts of Pinkchyu paying rent because he has said before that Pinkchyu does not pay rent. But it's like, oh man, look at her actually fucking paying rent. When the claims are that it's not that she was not paying rent. Like, that was never the fucking claim. What the claim was in reality, and I have to make sure that I get this correct, is that I think it was like Tectone is the main guy who earns a lot of the fucking money in the relationship, and that she also helps out in doing tasks around the house as well as fucking paying her fucking part of the rent. There's video evidence of this, I think, of Denim's going over the Shamu video talking about the situation, how Tectone is basically being very manipulative with his fucking wording here, talking about, like, it's not that she didn't pay rent. She was paying rent. That's not the fucking point. It's all about, like, the fact that you are coercing her to do other stuff as well as making her pay rent, which is abusive.
So it's fucking bullshit.
She never said that she never paid rent. She said that he said she never paid rent.
Is that the...
Oh, yes, of course. Yes. Tectone is the one who said that she never paid rent. That's what she said. Yes, exactly. Wording. You have to be very, very fucking precise with your fucking wording. And we know that Tectone is also being very, very fucking precise with his wording because he knows that he's not in a very good position. He can very, very easily get caught out.
The garbage has not been taken out in 7 days. It's Pink's responsibility. And the reality is that she's in my house role-playing as a goth Hooters order.
Bro, if your fucking girlfriend is not I'm just gonna go off on this for like a quick second. Bro, if you can also just take out the trash, man. Like, mutual fucking respect, man. Like, you should have mutual respect with fucking people. But here's the thing with people like Tectone. He doesn't have respect for basically anybody, which is emblematic of fucking grifters. Grifters have zero respect for any people. They see people as basically pawns for them to just easily fucking manipulate. That's the entirety of the point of all this. Like, and why I think he's just a fucking goddamn grifter. He sees people as nothing more than just pawns for him to manipulate and just take advantage of, which is incredibly fucking abusive. But why don't we just get into the Pinkchyu allegations, right? So this is from Shamu's video. Very, very good video. Again, would highly recommend if you want a whole sort of summary on a lot of Tectone's fucking abuses and how he lies and fucking covers up for it. I just mostly want to take a look through the Pinkchyu abuses because, again, this is meant to be, I don't remember if I indicated this earlier, this is meant to be a timeline of events, a sort of walkthrough of all of the actions that have gotten us to the position of, well, Tectone just being a stupid fucking goddamn grifter. Why don't we take a look?
Supposed to feel if a guy is abusive and makes you cry, then shoves your head into his crotch and demands you him off, and his excuse is, emotion just turns me on when you cry. Or when you're
Genuinely
asking
psychotic.
that you don't feel comfortable doing something sexual and he records you and demands you stop making faces and pretend you like it. Quick pause, but in the text Pink put out months ago, she does ask him to delete any sexual videos that he has. You don't know if it's consensual, obviously, felt it was worth pointing out. Or you say you don't want to do it anymore and he shoves your head down till you throw up. Guilt trips you into giving and says, do your job, you don't pay rent. I took you to a water park, so you owe me. And all you can do is sleep upstairs because you know what he's going to keep telling you to do.
That's true.
He doesn't touch you, doesn't have sex with you, just keeps you around as a machine and degrades you.
Now, me personally, I'm going to just keep it 100%. It will never not be the hottest thing ever when a thick female has a in their mouth. I will never.
Fucking weird, man. Fucking weird gooner shit. Why would you fucking say that, bro? Jesus Christ, man.
Never need anything more than that. And it's just like, wow, bro, look at this human vacuum cleaner.
Makes you feel ugly. Don't wear baggy clothes. Straighten your hair. At least wear eyeliner around the house. Your self-worth totally crushed. I hate that people warned me. I didn't listen because I was so manipulated. I hate that I was lied to when another girl who went through worse.
Very key here that the term manipulated gets consistently brought up here because, again, emblematic of the fucking grifter. Grifters are very, very good at fucking manipulating people and tricking a lot of people who are very fucking gullible and are willing to just essentially just follow their, I guess, essentially their cult master to a fucking T and just follow them throughout basically fucking anything. Just completely just turn brain off, follow the sort of like marching orders of the fucking cult leader. Don't question anything whatsoever. It takes a very, very fucking manipulative audience. So we can also assume that since a lot of Tectone's audience is manipulated to a particular degree, trust me, if you just post anything about him, a lot of his like stupid fucking drones will just show up in the fucking comment section to be stupid and annoying. There's a consistent pattern of behavior with a large fucking amount of with large content creators, of course. A parasociality is obviously a fucking bitch. But the reason why is because he just is a abusive fucking manipulator and has made it such that his audience is inoculated from a lot of the not doubt, but a lot of the counter fucking narratives that a lot of smaller content creators bring up consistently in order to be like, yeah, this guy's like an abusive piece of shit all the fucking time, blah 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 blah. And obviously, since there is a audience that has a parasocial relationship with that much larger fucking content creator, they are very likely to go out and attack and try to throw doubt into the fucking wind of the claims of this individual. Pinkchyu, I have no doubt in my mind, more than likely faced a lot of fucking abuse from Tectone fucking fans and harassment from Tectone fans due to the fucking allegations that she brought out against fucking Tectone. It's a consistent pattern of behavior.
Was trying to come forward. Remember the stream Pink did where she went totally nuclear on Tectone's ex-wife?
She was going to do something much worse.
Okay, we're going into a bit of another section there. But yeah, I just wanted to get the sort of like Pinkchyu allegations and, well, whatnot out there. Because, again, timeline of events. Starts with the Fream stuff, gets into the Pinkchyu running cover for fucking Tectone because she was manipulated, and also now we have the Pinkchyu allegations. So obviously Tectone lied about resigning from OTK. He claimed that, of course, because he's a liar. Another thing with grifters, very, very often, they lie about literally fucking everything. Consistent pattern of behavior from fucking grifters. They love to lie. He got kicked out, again, in the NDA, was because that Google document that was going to come out from Fream, so we all know about that as well. They were well aware of the allegations Fream was going to make towards Tectone. This is the second abuse allegation against him during his time with OTK. Only difference was Pink's became public. Exactly. He was able to stop Fream's from going public, but not Pinkchyu's. We know about fucking Pinkchyu's allegations. Tectone claims he can't sue Pink for defamation because she knows every legal loophole in defamation. What else are you supposed to say about that besides it's fucking stupid? That's incredibly fucking psychotic. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh yeah, she's like totally really, really good at the OnlyFans model is knows every in and out of fucking a defamation case law. Okay, bro. Nice fucking meme, dude. And yeah, even if the statement does not mention him or her by name, it's actionable on the grounds of defamation if a reasonable person would understand the communication as referring to the plaintiff. Very, very simple. Now, Shamu's, obviously, video starts to go into all the rapist stuff with his fucking dad. We'll get to that eventually. We'll be getting to that. But I more so want to go over a bit of what Tectone said in response to the allegations of abuse that Pinkchyu brought out against him. As many of you are aware by now, Pinkchyu, my ex-girlfriend, has accused me of a number of things I cannot let go unaddressed. I have been accused of sexual assault, potentially rape, prostitution, and severe emotional abuse, among other things. I want to make this extremely clear. Everything she accuses me of in her statement is a complete lie. Nothing about the accusations is true. They are entirely made up. Again, this is consistent of every fucking grifter. Throw as much doubt into the wind as possible in order to provide some kind of a narrative for people to glam onto in order to throw some kind of doubt into the fucking narrative. That is happening. So, again, obviously, when it comes to a lot of sexual abuse stuff, a lot of Me Too sort of situations, it's all going to be a fucking he said, she said kind of a deal. The difference here is, of course, this stuff is public, so it's going to be a lot harder for Tectone to try to snake his way out of this one, but he is still overall the bigger content creator, so he does have a relative advantage in that particular respect. He has more power in the situation, and he can choose to wield it as he does. I don't think he's really doing a good job at it, but whatever. Out of respect for our previous relationship, I will give Pinkchyu 2 weeks to apologize for these statements and acknowledge that they are false and inaccurate. Obviously, that didn't happen. And There was a police investigation that went forward as a result. We'll probably get to that eventually. If this does not happen, I will pursue legal action against Pinkchyu and those who knowingly repeat her lies with a reckless disregard for the truth. I've preserved all text messages, videos, and additional evidence from the time during that relationship and am more than willing to prove my innocence in a court of law. I am more than willing also to comply with any legal investigation into the truth of what actually happened. Very, very key and important thing here. People have asked for this evidence that apparently he fucking preserved. Why didn't he fucking release any of that? Because he said he has all of it. He says it consistently. But he doesn't release any of it. He pretends that he only wants to release about 5 of it. That fucking her paying rent shit was a part of the fucking 5%, which is an overall incredibly irrelevant fucking thing to be bringing up in this particular situation. So that's a little fucking weird. Why are you bringing that up in particular, huh? Why? Why does that matter? What matters more is the other, like, 95% of the fucking allegations. The fucking, her paying rent or not is overall irrelevant to the fucking sexual assault claims, Tectone. Like, again, because he is a liar and a grifter, he has to throw anything possible at the wall to see what sticks in order to put up some form of a counter narrative that is coming out against him. So as we all know, he's just going to say random fucking goddamn bullshit in order to throw as much doubt into the wind as possible for his fucking audience to climb onto, in order to cause as much of a fucking stir as possible to either A, delay shit from going down, or B, make people fucking forget about it. One of those two things, if enough time fucking passes. But again, why don't we get into the fact that, yes, Pinkchyu ended up filing a fucking report, a police report against Tectone because of the allegations that came out against her, against him specifically, with Tectone, and the abuse that she obviously ended up ultimately suffering. This is an ongoing investigation. We know that it is still going, I believe, to this current day right now. I'm not 100% certain what the progress on this fucking investigation is. It's overall pretty irrelevant. Who really cares about it? All we need to know is that there is currently an ongoing investigation looking into all this shit.
His ex-girlfriend Pink would also say on Twitter that...
And of course, this is from Shamu's video yet again, because I couldn't find the thread on all this.
Wasn't going to say anything, but that guy would not stop talking about how he wanted to have relations with a podcast member, made jokes about women being in Vietnam, and made me extremely uncomfortable. I tried to say something and was told it wasn't a big deal. He would say the women who accused him of SA in the military were liars, and I still can't believe he was allowed around other female content creators, including me.
I believe this is in reference to Tectone's dad, right? We'll get to Tectone's dad relative, because there is a part to play in this specifically. Tectone's dad, again, prolific fucking sex pest, basically.
Truth always comes to light, and I hope those women know they did the right thing.
Your dad's a yeah.
Tectone's ex Pink posted proof in March she went to police, and on May 9th, after returning from traveling abroad, posted an email setting up further investigative meetings with the police. Tectone's community, who are obviously biased for their streamer, regularly accuse Pink of faking these screenshots. But don't take her word or mine.
Okay, I have to ask, how the fuck would she fake those screenshots? That's like the immediate question that I would have. Because she put redactions, self-redactions in there or some shit. There's probably a lot of incredibly important PPI on that fucking document that she probably does not want to leak out. But the point is that she she forged a fucking goddamn police report document? How the fuck would she do that when she doesn't know what the structure of a fucking police report document is? Whatever, nonsensical.
That there is police matters at hand. Take Tectone's word.
Guys, I'll be real. I went to the police yesterday. Saying, hey, let's hurry this up.
I had no idea you could tell the police, let's hurry this up when they're investigating you. I'm learning so much, guys. This is awesome.
Yeah, and the reason why he's saying hurry this fucking shit up is because, well, he basically just wants to bury the fucking story, right? Why would he want to bury the fucking story? Well, that's a little fucking suspicious behavior there. Tectone, why would you want to bury that fucking story? If you're innocent, you should let the investigation play out to its fullest extent and be proven innocent in the court of law, like you said that you wanted to be proven innocent for. That's a little weird. Interesting. I wonder why you're saying that. Again, he's saying that so he can manipulate his audience more and more. Classic grifting behavior.
Like, legit. I got my lawyers like, hey, let's hurry this the f up, right? Because, like, you know, they're going to investigate me. They're going to investigate me 100%. They're going to investigate me. They're going to investigate me 100%. I said, bro, just talk to me. Let's get this go. I've been waiting 7 months for these people just to reach out to me. And it's like, bro, can we just go ahead and wrap this up? Like, if anybody's worked with the police, it is so slow. It's unbelievable. And then all you ever get told is, I recommend you don't say anything. I recommend you don't say anything.
Yeah, there's a reason why you should not be saying anything, Tectone, and we're going to get to that, relatively speaking, relatively soon. Yeah, there's a reason why lawyers tell you to shut the fuck up. Because any fucking recording, especially on a fucking live stream, can be used against you in the court of law, buddy. And any fucking lawyer worth their salt is going to take that fucking information and use that in their case against you. That's why you shut the fuck up. It's Shut the Fuck Up Friday. You shut the fuck up.
I recommend you not saying anything. Let's handle this in court. Let's handle this in court. Let's handle this in court. It's like, brother, I don't want to go to court. I don't want to deal with.
Why do you not want to go to court? I thought, Tectone, you literally said that you would be okay with going to the fucking proving your innocence in the court of law. Now you don't want to go to court? Well, that's a little interesting. Very, very consistent with a lot of grifters and manipulators. They will very, very often operate in double speak. They will speak out of both sides of their mouth consistently, saying that they want one particular position, but in reality they actually want another thing, to throw doubt into the wind as much as possible. Because again, like I said before, he's a fucking liar. He's a manipulator.
I just want to live my life.
That's quite a change from his original threats to Soup Pink for defamation, isn't it?
It's a little different. That's true, Shamu. But again, I digress. I pulled up Tectone's fucking social blade here because, again, we're seeing quite a massive spike of fucking subscribers. Now, I've commented on this before in a lot of my commentary about fucking Tectone in the past. Why did he see such a massive spike of fucking subscribers here all of a sudden? Well, that's a little interesting. Take a look at his fucking video catalog. This was about 6 months ago, right? Around May. He stopped talking about a lot of his, I don't know, gotcha slop fucking bullshit. And you want to know what he started to do? A lot more fucking Hassan, Asmongold, fucking reaction content. Because guess what? That was where the money was at during the time. Because, and the reason for as to why he was doing this, is because of this. The stuff about Tectone's father came out right around the beginning of May. Right around the time when he was starting to talk a lot more about Hassan because of his, his fucking streamer daddy, Asmongold, also talking a lot more about Hassan. One thing that you need to know about Tectone is that he is a full-on fucking Asmongold simp. Full-on, full-throated, will literally gargle his cock and balls at any point in time. And a lot of the fucking Hassan fans, not particularly fucking happy about Tectone, generally speaking, not only being a sexual abuser, allegedly of course, but also having a dad who is a convicted fucking sex pest. That he sexually harassed and assaulted fucking women. Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Now, does it, ladies and gentlemen? Now, we've seen this video before. There is literally a fucking goddamn congressional hearing about this. This is in the congressional fucking record. There's YouTube videos about this where it was, I believe, Michael Robinson, Colonel Michael Robinson, who is, Tectone's fucking dad. We know this. Like father, like son, they do say. And before all these stupid motherfuckers bitch and moan and complain about the fact that, why are you bringing up Tectone's dad? That's not very cool. He's like a private citizen and everything. Tectone has consistently brought his dad on stream and in fucking podcast episodes with his butt buddy Asmongold and also Emiru. So, guess what? He's been brought on a fucking public platform as a fucking public goddamn figure. He's open for fucking scrutiny. Doors fucking open. If you wanted him to be a fucking private citizen and not have any, not be fucking criticized for any of his actions or behaviors, and potentially avoid that fucking criticism, shouldn't have brought him on stream. That's your fuck up there, Tectone. And continuing forward, a couple months later, of course, we all know about this. Now, this is where we're starting to get away from the foundation that's essentially being built up here. Tectone is a sexual abuser, allegedly, of course. There's investigations going on about this. However, him getting an NDA, specifically, well, both sides agreeing to an NDA to not talk about any of that stuff because of a Google document that was coming out, which makes him look very, very fucking suspicious, is very rare, very, very rather interesting. We've talked about this before. I have a video about this. I'll probably put it in the fucking description. Where Tectone decides to go on a slur-laden rant on Twitch where he says the F slur twice. I'm not obviously going to play it because I don't want to get banned myself. Duh. But if you can notice what's going on here in the Social Blade, those numbers are starting to go down. Uh-oh, stinky. Man, those subscriber numbers are starting to peter out. The whole controversy that he was able to farm and do all that fucking Hassan React shit as a result of the controversy of, well, his dad being brought up again and him not really having a effective fucking response to that is starting to fucking peter out. So Tectone, being the grifter that he is desperate to garner some form of attention and some way to get those fucking subscriber numbers rolling in again. It inevitably fucking failed, as you can clearly see from the fucking numbers in of itself. But again, this is perfect and emblematic of fucking grifting fucking behavior. Grifters do this shit all the fucking time, especially people who go down the right-wing rabbit hole like Tectone has. And listen, I'm bringing up politics. I'm a politics channel. I talk about politics. I do political segments. I'm going to mention the politics of Tectone, which are basically a facsimiles of Asmongold, because he wants to be like epic-based right-wing debate lord, whatever the fuck guy. But in reality, he's like too much of a fucking sniveling coward and moron to even halfway make any effective fucking positions or arguments. Like, he is really, really bad at being a fucking goddamn right-wing debate bro fucking debate pervert or some shit. He's really, really fucking bad at this. And the Genshin Impact debates that he had were pretty fucking emblematic of that. He was not very good at that shit. So we all know about this. This was in response to Twitch doing a significant purge of a lot of bot accounts that happened right around the time of mid to late August. Again, I've talked about this before. I'll stick a video of it in the description. He decided for whatever fucking reason, because he lost about half of his fucking viewership on Twitch, and he got really fucking mad about that. But it wasn't only Tectone that lost a bunch of people. It was also Asmongold and OTK members. Now, we can talk about and quibble about the reasoning for as to why this might be the case. Option 1. OTK decided to hire a bunch of fucking bot spammers to fill up their viewership counts during sponsored streams to get more money from sponsors. This is complete speculation on my end. There is no evidence of this being the case. Another potential option could have been because of fans of these people, and this is a consistent pattern of behavior with a lot of fucking right-wingers, decided to inflate a lot of the numbers of these people to make it seem like that they're more popular than they actually are. And I think that that is more than likely the case because of the two main targets being, well, Tectone and fucking Asmongold, right? So they wanted to inflate their numbers specifically to make them look as good and as popular as possible so they can continue to sell their fucking political ideology. Same with people like Tectone. A way to keep going with the sort of further right-wing snowball going further down along the pipeline. Classic fucking grifting behavior. It's a rewards, it's an incentive system, right? Like, You do the grift, you go down the fucking right-wing pipeline, and you see a lot of fucking rewards, and you go further, and further down those fucking goddamn rabbit holes and push, well, generally more abhorrent fucking propaganda. Yeah, 1000% Boy Meets Mini. It's not just evangelists, of course, where it's high sub count, low view counts. It's also with a lot of right-wing pundits that are also around right now. Ben Shapiro, high sub count, low views. Matt Walsh, high sub count, low views for a channel relatively of his size. There are countless examples of a lot of these right-wing fucking channels who are all grifters, who have very high fucking sub counts and also very, very low views. Tectone is perfectly emblematic of this as well. High sub count, very low views. But now, the grift is not working out for him. He's plateauing. And this is also commentary that I brought up before. The only reason why he made the right-wing pivot that he did was because he wanted to garner a particular fucking audience. He garnered it, right? He saw quite a significant rise up in terms of subscriber counts doing his constant fucking Hassan React content. Listen, we took a look at the fucking catalog and also basically pulling up an Asmongold video and being like, yeah, I totally agree with like everything Asmongold says. I have to suck his cock at all times, kind of a deal. But now it's petering out because, well, of this. So for those who may not know, these are extensions for protective orders. This APO here, right here specifically, is, well, him violating a restraining order that Pinkchyu, I believe, got on him, which more or less lines up with the fact that he had a weird slur-laden rant to try to get himself purposefully banned. The reason why these fucking these protection orders are getting constantly fucking extended is because he kept fucking talking about the situation between himself and his fucking ex-girlfriend on his stream. And as a result, the protection order got fucking extended more and more and more. After this fucking stream where he just says the F slur and the R word a bunch in this stupid fucking rant, he stops streaming and he just does all of his dumbass fucking videos. So it's just like, nice fucking meme. And the culmination. This is where the fucking grift gets turned into overdrive. I will be going to an Orthodox church for the first time in about 14 years. I never had a good experience when I was younger, but I never stopped exploring my beliefs independently, any advice or things I should prepare for. Now, obviously, we also all know about the Tectone fucking posts consistently on fucking Twitter, but I want to focus and highlight on his supposed religious journey, which I think is completely nonsensical. This is a pattern of behavior from right-wing fucking grifters consistently, and we have some perfect fucking examples of this. Russell fucking Brand. Comedian Russell Brand charged with multiple counts of rape and sexual assault. Well, that's a little interesting. This seems rather similar to what exactly happened with Tectone. Now, obviously, if you know anything about Russell Brand, we're going to get into the more political side of things here. He used to be this sort of like kind of flirtatious, left-leaning, but very cult leader-esque kind of a dude. Like, very often when he was introducing himself, he's like, hello, my little fucking luminaries, as if he is the beacon and bastion and pinnacle of truth, which is a consistent pattern of behavior that Tectone has done in a lot of his fucking goddamn Twitter posts as well. And a lot of his also more recent fucking videos. That he is the bastion, the pinnacle of fucking truth. And that everything he says should be fucking believed. This is classic grifter fucking behavior. Again, Tectone, he's trying to emulate this astronomical growth that he had around midsummer, early to mid fucking summer, or during the summer rather. I don't think it's really working out for him, unfortunately. Russell fucking Brand had, of course, abuse allegations come out against him, right? And as a result, what did Russell Brand do? Oh, he found Jesus. All of a sudden, he just fucking found Jesus, and he started becoming incredibly religious and pious, and started reading the fucking Bible and shit like that. Russell Brand also, because he is a sex addict, self-admitted, has been to rehab for all this stuff before, also is doing the whole fucking shebang shabong in order to maintain the audience that he currently has of weird conspiratorial fucking right-wingers who very often tend to be evangelists. Very, very often. And Russell Brand, since he is essentially, I would rather say, sort of fashions himself as like some form of a fucking cult leader. Classic fucking grifting behavior, where it is all about manipulation of audience in order to have that audience be captured, in order to give them fucking support for everything. Right here, it's classic fucking goddamn behavior, specifically of fucking grifters. And Tectone engages in a lot of that exact same sort of fucking behavior. Oh, he promotes also Mark Wahlberg's Catholic meditation app. Oh, okay, more fucking grifting shit. And another example. Milo Yiannopoulos. Original alt-right fucking grifter. Former fucking homosexual who apparently converted from being a homosexual and also went down the fucking pious religious fucking rabbit hole after being a degenerate fucking queer in his mind. Like, it was so ridiculously fucking bad that he started selling fucking religious statues on fucking infomercial and like religious TV. Like, because for a while, what got Milo Yiannopoulos, for those who may not know, back in about, it was a Joe Rogan episode. So Milo Yiannopoulos, okay, let's get a simple synopsis here. Alt-right troll. He would do the sort of debate circuit, debate me, bro, kind of bullshit around 2014 in Gamergate, where he would debate a bunch of college students who don't have any media training, but he has a bunch of media training, so he was able to own them epically in fucking debate. That is Milo Yiannopoulos. He got a lot of prominence from this and was very, very popular. Then in around, you can remind me about this, Boy Meets Mini, anyone in chat, 2018, 2019, on an episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, he basically talked about how he had no problems with pedophilic fucking relationships. That he has no problem with those kinds of relationships, and was being really fucking sus about, pedophilia in general, and the relationships between grown men and, children. I could be misremembering. I know that's what originally fucking made him retire from the beginning. He decided to obviously come back and got unretired in 2021, I suppose, and converted himself from being fucking gay and divorcing his fucking husband, throwing his fucking engagement ring into the water. What more than likely happened, and if I were to take a guess, he started to run out of money and he had to put out fucking content again and try to fucking find a job. And as a result, he decided to go on some fucking Christian channel who was willing to fucking take him, and apparently going to a conversion therapy camp and clinic within Florida. Sure, bro, totally. If you look at Milo Yiannopoulos now, do you really believe that he's not a fucking prissy-ass gay boy anymore? Yeah, okay, bro. Nice fucking meme. I totally believe that. And he essentially decided to go along the sort of more further right-leaning religious sort of rabbit hole, similar to what fucking Tectone is doing in order to atone for his perceived fucking sins. He resigned from Breitbart after the Rogan incident. Oh, thank you, Boy Meets Mini. After comments on pedophilia, Breitbart editor Milo Yiannopoulos resigns. Oh, it was in 2017. It was earlier than that. So, yeah, again, to essentially provide evidence for what I was saying, he went on fucking Joe Rogan's podcast, said some sus shit about fucking pedophilia, and as a result, got fucking RKO'd for it. In a news conference Tuesday, Yiannopoulos said his resignation was effective immediately and praised the website as a significant factor in my success. Yeah, he was also a Breitbart fucking editor. Forgot about that. He also explained his views on sex with minors, insisting that he does not condone statutory rape. I do not believe any change in the legal age of consent is justifiable or desirable, Yiannopoulos said. He was referring to comments in a live-streamed interview more than a year ago in which he said, "We get hung up on this kind of child abuse stuff," and referenced this arbitrary and oppressive idea of consent. Instantaneously, red flags should be going up in everyone's fucking mind. Ding 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 ding. Classic fucking abuser shit. Now, I'm not saying that Tectone is as bad as this. But Milo Yiannopoulos is a completely psychotic, fucked up fucking individual, but it's the pattern of fucking behavior where people will say really weird shit about, like, sexual stuff that they either did or that they fucking believe in, and then all of a sudden start to go into the fucking pipeline of being some born again Christian, pretending that they were always so fucking enlightened and that they were, oh, look at me, I'm learning from my ways and from my fucking sins by being a fucking goddamn Christian. And listen, I have to go after this specifically because Orthodox Church, those are my fucking people. That's my people. I'm repping my fucking goddamn people. Don't know which Orthodox church he went to. Funny thing about Orthodox sects, there are multiple ones because of mostly the Russians, but there's the Orthodox Church of Russia, Orthodox Church of Greece, Orthodox churches in differing sects in different parts of Asia Minor, different parts of the Balkans, yada, yada, yada. A lot of complicated history. We're not getting into all of that. Exactly, yeah. They hit the McChristianity drive-through and think that they can redeem themselves. It's a cheap LARP of actual faith. Boy Meets Minnie, our resident Christian of the chat, has seen this pattern of behavior consistently. Tectone is just another one of these individuals who just does the exact same thing. It's complete fucking LARP bullshit with this motherfucker. He doesn't actually care about the fucking goddamn faith. Bullshit. I don't believe him, okay? If he actually cared so much about faith and participating in fucking religion, then he wouldn't have done all the fucking miserable, abhorrent shit to begin with. But, you know, for people like Tectone, it's all about the fucking manipulations in the end. But here's the fucking video that he specifically had about faith, where he is exploring his fucking faith. Why don't we take a listen?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I just kind of want to make a video.
This is essentially, okay, just to clarify, because I forgot to mention, this is where I will be commenting a lot more. I'm going to be active in debunking a lot of the probable idiotic fucking shit that he is going to say. Because at this point, he is a knowing grifter. He is a liar. He is a fucking charlatan. And at this point, at least I hope that this has been more or less established. He has sexual assault allegations against him. He has done the whole sort of grift circuit going after fucking Hassan stuff in order to try to garner a larger audience and more fucking sympathy for his plight, coming up with pathetic fucking excuses to get more and more fucking attention, specifically in terms of, generally speaking, to rekindle the sort of flame of the fucking grift to keep the grift going, and is now, well, because that's also miserably fucking failed, he is now trying to explore something else to garner a new particular fucking audience, and that is that of the evangelist fucking Christians. This is all a fucking grift with this motherfucker. He is trying to garner whatever audience he thinks can give him subscriptions, notoriety, and more fucking money so he can keep the grift going.
Kind of just talking about what's going on in my head. And I think what I'm about to say is going to be very relatable to a lot of people because I've kind of been talking about this to some of my friends lately, and they say that they kind of have a similar experience and they kind of want to give this a shot with me. But I was actually going to do a very off-brand video for me, but I was kind of going to tell you guys why I kind of gave up on religion when I was a child and why I'm open to giving it another shot today. Obviously, it's been about 8 to 9 days since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and I'm not moving past this. It's not something that I don't think I'm going to be able to, move on from quite quickly because...
I forgot about this, yeah. He's doing this all in... Because... Okay, this is another video I also did where I talked about how people like Asmongold and Tectone fundamentally could give less of a flying fuck about political violence because They're two motherfuckers who will consistently advocate for political violence against who they perceive as their political opponents very, very fucking often. Like, this is the same motherfucker who in 2024 said it's okay to be white, which is a fucking dumbass 2014 alt-right 4chan white nationalist dog whistle. Okay, it's just like, okay, bro, like, nice fucking goddamn meme. Oh, 1000%. Boy Meets Minnie. It is just Messiah status with these fucking people. Like, they don't give a shit about fucking Jesus. It's all about Charlie Kirk. Because here's the thing: if they actually were to dig into a lot of the stuff that Jesus said, Boy Meets Minnie, it turns out Jesus was a bit of a gay commie fucking hippie. And actually, in reality, they probably wouldn't agree with a lot of the fucking shit that Jesus would have said about conservatives and their current sort of evangelical fucking ways. Probably would be like, yeah, actually, this is a bunch of bullshit, and it doesn't even pertain to most of the fucking 10 Commandments. Like, this is completely fucking nonsensical. I can guarantee you. Do you think that Tectone loves his fucking neighbor? Fuck no, absolutely, absolutely not. They would agree with Apostle Paul more. Oh, 1000%. Boy Meets Minnie. I digress. Yeah, this was all in fucking pertinence to how people like Tectone and Asmongold could give less of a flying fuck whatsoever about caring about political violence. Like, really. This guy constantly has gone after fucking trans people, saying that they should all be back in the fucking closet, and that they are degenerate freaks and fucking weirdos, and that they should just not exist within society. Same with fucking Asmongold. He has also consistently gone after Frogan, who is a Muslim woman, for being fat and all that fucking shit, when that's not the fucking case. He just basically went on a schizo crash out rant, lying about what Frogan said with that fucking veteran goddamn a PTSD veteran fucking bullshit, which gets cut off consistently because she was talking about, like, a lot of the veterans who were hoorah-rah, very, very pro-fucking Iraq war can all just suffer from PTSD. She doesn't give a fuck about any of them, which makes sense for someone like her to say that, considering the fact that she is part Lebanese. She's half Lebanese. She's a Lebanese-American woman. So it makes a lot of sense that, given the fact that Israel and the war on terror is probably something that she cares significantly about, considering the fact that Lebanon keeps getting bombed as a result of the war on fucking terror, and also by Israel, who started the whole debacle with Hezbollah to begin with. Makes fucking sense to me.
The reason why Charlie Kirk's assassination was so fucked was that he truly was killed for just holding the same beliefs as our grandparents once held in. I have to believe that if they're going to go out of their way to assassinate.
No, he fucking does not. We're gonna pull up fucking Charlie Kirk's goddamn fucking tweets, okay? I'm gonna tell, like, some of his fucking positions. Like, fuck out of here with this fucking bullshit. It's not same shit that your fucking goddamn grandparents used to believe. Like, fuck out of here with this complete nonsense. Like, really, did your fucking goddamn grandpa, like, you are okay with your fucking grandparents talk about, if you see a black pilot, I hope he's fucking qualified, being anti-DI and incredibly fucking racist? Reject feminism, submit to your husband, Taylor, you're not in charge. Yeah, dude, because a lot of women are going to, especially modern day fucking goddamn women, are going to be very, very happy about the fact that this is the sort of case and position, when a lot of even, like, older women can acknowledge, like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I think it's based and objectively correct that a lot of women are pushing more and more for their rights. By the way, a lot of your fucking grandparents back in those fucking goddamn days, during the 70s, were a part of the fucking protests talking about sexual fucking liberation, and had a hand to play in women being allowed to open credit cards under their own name and be able to pursue no-fault divorce. So, fuck out of here with this bullshit. All of your fucking grandparents were also feminists back in their fucking time as well. Nonsensical. And of course, this being the big kahuna, the answer is yes, the baby would be delivered. This is in reference to when Charlie Kirk was debating a bunch of left-leaning people, and on abortion, he said that if a 9-year-old gets pregnant as a result of rape, that 9-year-old must carry that baby to term. I don't think that's a thing that fucking grandparents used to believe back in those times, Tectone.
Somebody that they were probably saying something that they didn't want anybody hearing. And Charlie Kirk was a very religious man. He was a man of faith, and he will be remembered for being a man of faith. And I would like to go on record.
False, by the way. Tectone does not know anything about Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk used to be a more rather secular libertarian back in the day, around 2014 when TPUSA was getting its start. What made Charlie Kirk become more of a Christian white nationalist theocrat was Nick Fuentes and the fucking Groypers. Nick Fuentes consistently would harass Charlie Kirk and go after Charlie Kirk for not being an actual fucking right winger and forcing him to go further right, and that was when Charlie Kirk eventually started becoming way more fucking religious, way more fucking evangelical, and pretending to fucking preach the gospel of American fucking capitalism. That was a result of Nick Fuentes, not anything that Charlie Kirk did in particular. Similar to Tectone, Charlie Kirk is also a fucking grifter.
I don't believe I've gone to church in about 14 years, but quite soon I'm going to be going to church for the first time in 14 years. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. I hope it's fine. But my experience with religion since I was a kid was I grew up in a Christian household. I was raised by a single mother. I had 2 brothers and a sister. It was a very dysfunctional household. It was a very abusive household. It wasn't a very fun place to live in. Obviously, my parent was a very hardcore Christian, and my grandparents were very hardcore Christians, and everyone around me was very hardcore Christian, and, well, they weren't really that nice to me. I mean, I'll be real, they weren't really that nice. And I'm like, well, these people...
I mean, I've talked about this before, but a lot of conservatives and Christians, especially evangelical Christians, do not think of their children as humans. They think of them as simulacra, as homunculi, to have ideas and positions imprinted upon them, not human beings with their own thoughts, wills, and beliefs.
All suck, and they're mean, and they tell me to believe in God, but they're really mean to me, and they tell me mean stuff. I remember I went to the church in like maybe 2nd, 1st, 3rd grade, and maybe somebody told the Pope to say this to me, but I remember, or whatever the pastor, sorry, I don't know, I'm new to this whole thing, I'm new, pardon me. And the pastor told me that, I was a little kid, I played tons of video games, and he told me that Pokemon was the devil, and that I would go to hell if I played Pokemon.
So this is classic satanic panic fucking bullshit from back in the fucking 90s, completely nonsensical bullshit, all because of Christian fundamentalists. Fundamentally, what they want to do as much as they can is crack down on free will and free speech and free forms of expression, because for them, they know that their beliefs and positions on religiosity and Christianity are inherently fucking disagreeable. So what do? Instead, consistently attempt to fucking crack down. Boy Meets Mini, you can probably fucking attest to this. Any form of thought or expression that goes against the supposed right-leaning evangelical fucking gospel is seen as aberrance and should be fucking destroyed under every circumstance, because for these people it is a fucking cult of first order principles. They go after people that they see as being degenerate, aberrant, outside of the fucking norm in particular, because for these people, fundamentally speaking, it is about creating a system of control and of hierarchy, fundamentally speaking, where it is the man, or rather God, being on the top of the fucking hierarchy, and you see this shit consistently from fucking Jordan Peterson, and then it's the pastors underneath God. And, there's a bunch of other fucking individuals, Holy Spirit, the Virgin Mary, blah, 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 blah. It's a part of the fucking hierarchy, the apostles, yada, yada, yada. But fundamentally speaking, since those guys are all dead, they can't maintain the hierarchy. Those men who pretend that they are the most religiously pious and that they adhere to the tenets of God the most are the ones who maintain the hierarchy. And then in reality, they tend to forget about all the other stuff that's on top, because in reality, they are the only tangible pieces that are currently on the top of said hierarchy, and want to impose certain things from their own belief system from people who are basically dead in whatever demented interpretations and teachings of religion that they have in their minds that prescribe to their particular fucking politics. Generally speaking, I encountered it as a music worship leader. Creativity was really frowned upon, even stupid shit like a new guitar riff I wrote. Exactly, Boy Meets Mini. Again, these people want to crack down on creativity and how people express themselves because they see it as a threat.
My grandma told me that Tetris is the devil, and I'm going to go to hell if I play Tetris. It reminds me of that Waterboy movie with Adam Sandler, where it's like, girls are the devil. You're going to go to hell if you talk to any of those women, which, I mean, to be honest, I think my life would be much easier if I never talked to a woman, but no, well, I mean, maybe I'm being tested right now. Regardless. Yeah, so I kind
Very funny coming from this motherfucker who is a sexual abuser. Like, buddy, you're the one who did the fucking abuse on all those people. Okay, bro, nice meme. Or allegedly, of course.
it was just silently, would just nod, and I would do the prayer, and I would sit at, at the table eating, and I would pray to the Lord, and all that stuff. Meanwhile, being surrounded by these people who were mean to me, who kept on telling me to believe in Jesus and be good to thy neighbor, but they weren't good to me. And I was like, well, why would I want to do any of this? This is kind of fucking gay. And so, eventually, I was taken custody by my father in around 4th grade.
So again, like what Tectone is expressing here is the byproducts and the problems of Christian conservative evangelicism, right? Because they do not see children as human, they see them as robots to be indoctrinated into the cult, to continue with the fucking cult. A lot of these kids, generally speaking, and this is a huge thing that happened because of the Satanic Panic, become anti-theist, atheist in some form, and that was pretty much the birthing of the new atheist movement, of the fact that all these people were coming out against, well, religion, and specifically evangelical Christianity. I've said this position before, and I still do maintain it. The Reddit atheists, in terms of their prescriptions and what they talked about against evangelical Protestants, they were correct. 1,000%, 100% they were correct. The problem is they would very, very often generalize that to all religions and not focus on the institutions specifically, and would say this about even Catholics and a lot of other non-denominational, because if they're talking about only Protestantism, 1,000% correct. Protestantism is incredibly conservative in its makeup. It focuses quite heavily on individualism, when consistently the community and is what gets generally highlighted within a lot of teachings about religion. There was this really good TikToker who was calling a bunch of different churches across the United States of America, all the Protestant evangelical, and was just asking, had a recording of the voice of a baby crying in the background. Every evangelical Protestant church that she called refused service to give her any fucking baby food, because that's what she was asking for. She was asking for just a little bit of fucking baby food. That's it. To see which one of these supposed fucking Christians are actually going to help and listen to the teachings of the Bible, of Jesus, of God. Because like I said before, with a lot of these people, like Tectone, they are all fucking grifters. It's all about having a cult and essentially swindling as much money as possible from these generally very, very poor rural people as possible. It's a fucking cult, baby. Goes up as far as fucking Donald Trump, who is also very often like a megachurch pastor. Every single, I think, church, mosque, Catholic church, I'm saying, not Protestant church. Every non-Protestant church that she called basically said, instantaneously, yeah, how can we help you? Can you come over? You can, you don't have to give us money. We can just give you the fucking baby food. We'll just give it to you. The only one that was a little sussy looking was the Catholic church, but that's because they didn't have anything on hand, and they're just oh, how exactly do you want to do this? We can just get the fucking baby food and everything, that's totally fine. We can do that and blah blah blah. Every single non-evangelical Protestant church was immediately just yeah, how can we help you? Because again, for most Abrahamic religions except Protestantism, the first foremost focus for these people are all about community. Given how individualistic the society of the United States of America has been constructed, it makes sense that evangelical Protestantism is the main thing that has taken significant hold in there.
Right, but he was never really around, so I just kind of played video games all day, and everybody who I met online in World of Warcraft was a Satanist, and very religious, and they also told me religion was gay. And so I had this guy called Julian, who was one of my best friends, and he was a Wiccan, I think, and he was I was playing Xenoblade, this was fast forward tons of years later.
Protestant churches also focus too much on saving souls like it's a sales target. 1,000% boy meets mini, because again, like I said before, for these people, the grift is the fucking point. and they have to sucker in a bunch of, well, poor rural people into believing the fucking gospel of, like, unironically, like, fucking seed money and prosperity gospel bullshit. It's a fucking cult, and it's a fucking grift.
Maybe like 9th, 10th grade, probably. I was playing Xenoblade 2 or Xenoblade 1 while I was talking to him, and he's like, I am a Wiccan, and I want to invite you to my tribe, John. And I'm like, I got no idea what the fuck you're talking about, but you're kind of scaring me right now. Religion was just really fucking weird to me. You know, I went to a Lutheran school in 8th grade as well, and I was like, oh man, this shit's boring as shit. Anyways, fast forward to like 10th or 11th grade, I have this guy who's my brother. His name is Mike. He's a fucking man. One of the greatest goddamn people on this earth. And he was telling me about this thing called dimethyltryptamine. I don't know if you guys know what dimethyltryptamine is. It's like this plant that apparently you like smoke, and
yeah, you go on a fucking super trip. All those like ayahuasca fucking dipshits and weirdos and like Joe Rogan love talk about DMT, right?
In like 2010, 2011s. But apparently there was like this one thing where you like pass out, you meet these 3 guys, and they kind of look at your body and they tell you, they like take you around like the world, and they break down things algebraically and mathematically, and they say, we were expecting you, but you came earlier than we anticipated. And it was like leading people to believe that this was like kind of the gateway to like heaven and all that shit. And anyways, I started writing like an article trying to, and this is okay. I was trying to like debunk the existence of God when I was like 15, 16 years old. Because like, I know everything. I'm him. No, I'm above all this noise. I get it. These other motherfuckers, they don't get it. The problem was that when I was trying to debunk God, every time I ever looked into it, I would find more reasons to believe than to not believe. And so for me, I was always like, damn, all right, well, I don't want to be Christian because I knew Christians are mean to me. I'll be agnostic. And I've done a lot of research. And I would like to say that since, kind of hard to put all this into words, I always believed since then, since like 16, 18, there is a God, that there is an afterlife, that is, your placement is subject to your morality on whether you were a good or a bad person when you were alive on this world. There were some things that the Bible said that I...
Well, if that's the case for you, Tectone, unfortunately, your dumbass is probably going to hell, my man. Like, you don't adhere to any of the Christian fucking teachings by going after fucking minority populations. You're not fucking good to your neighbor, and you are also incredibly lecherous and lascivious. You will consistently abuse those that you pretend to fucking love, and also, very, very good point there, Boy Meets Mini, you know, gotcha fucking gambling bullshit. Christian's not a big fan of, gotcha fucking gambling and bullshit, so in terms of these sort of like positions with fucking God, not looking great for you there, buddy. Wonder what research he even did. I don't even know. He probably just looked up if I know, and he'll say who he fucking looked up specifically about religion. He more than likely found some fucking random ass fucking YouTuber online, which is probably the worst way possible to approach this, because again, most of the loudest voices who pretend to be pious and religious and preach the gospel of God tend to be right-wing evangelical grifters and evangelists. They are charlatans and freaks who do not actually believe in the gospel, in the religion. So, again, perfect for a fucking liar and a manipulator like fucking Tectone, because now he can also try to do the exact same fucking thing.
Agreed with, or some things the Bible said that I didn't agree with. But I'm so ignorant on what the Bible has actually said. I don't know if I was fed misinformation. That I'm not really sure if I even need to bring that up anymore, because I realize a lot of people lie about a lot of things. I'm currently looking at the Crusades on whether or not they were actually as horrific as they said. I actually have a documentary pulled up. I've actually...
Bro, you went to an Orthodox church and you're talking about the Crusades. Those were Latin Christians, you fucking dumbass. Jesus Christ. Those were the ones who called for the Crusades, you stupid motherfucker. Those were the Franks. That was the fucking Pope. That was the fucking Holy Roman Empire. And in some cases, a lot of the different Italian kingdoms who did that. Orthodox Christians, the Byzantines in this particular case, would often appeal to the Latin Christians to go on fucking crusade in order to help them reconquer territory within the fucking Levant. That was the express purpose. Specifically with, Boy Meets Mini, if you remember, Justinian the First, that was, I believe, the first Crusades, where he helped. Well, it was kind of a bit of a shit show, to be honest, with when Justinian called for the first Crusades. The second Crusade was where it actually was, like, more fucking organized, and the Christians actually did make it to the fucking Levant, but it didn't really work out for the Byzantines like they thought they would. They didn't really gain much fucking territory back. It was a complete fucking failure there in terms of, well, what Justinian the First, I believe, was pulling there, if I'm recalling my history there a little bit correctly. So again, if you're talking about the fucking Crusades as your entry point for religion, that is probably the worst fucking way to enter into that, because again, you're trying to go to an Orthodox church and you're trying to become an Orthodox Christian. But you're talking about the fucking Crusades, which were carried out by Latin Christians. Those are Catholics, my dude. Like, it's fucking stupid, man.
For the past, 15 days I've been on break. I've stopped watching anime, I've stopped listening to music, and I just play informative educational videos, multiple videos on the same subject to get like multiple weighing in on it, and trying to figure out what I believe from all the information that's presented. I've also been kind of just really meditating and realizing what I want to do, what I want to be, and what I want my life to look like when I finish my journey as a content creator, which I'll never be able to retire, guys. I tried. I stayed off Twitter for like 5 days, but I love Twitter so much. It's so bad. It's like, I love it and I hate it. It's like PvP. It's so bad. Anyways, sorry, my head's kind of all over the place, but I always have my own specific belief system that there is a God.
Yes, Alexios Komnenos. I forgot about that. Yes. I was thinking of something else when I mentioned Justinian, because he was one of the other great Byzantine emperors. Yes, Alexios the First Komnenos. Yes, I forgot about that. Thank you, Boy Meets Mini. I was gonna say something. Let me listen to that again. I had a thought there.
So bad. Anyways, sorry, my head's kind of all over the place, but I always have my own specific belief system that there is a God, that there is a afterlife, and maybe it goes out of fear.
Oh, okay. I remember what I was going to say now. Dude, the reason why you go on fucking Twitter is because you need to just talk with your fucking audience. Because, again, like with what Queeman said, the reason why you're not on stream right now is because of this. This fucking protection order that you violated, that your ex filed against you. That's why you're not fucking going on stream, because you're more than likely going to talk about your fucking ex again and violate your protection order again. Like, that's why, you fucking stupid dumbass. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, the fact that this protection order keeps constantly getting extended against you by your fucking ex, because you keep talking about what happened between you and your fucking ex. You're actually fucking stupid, dude. Like, hearing that Tectone's break from streaming is actually just because he can't stop violating the protective order filed by his ex every single time he goes live. Very sad. That's why you're not going live, and you're using Twitter as an avenue to talk with your fucking goddamn audience. Again, he's lying here. Peak fucking grifting behavior. Consistently fucking lying in order to spin particular narratives for his fucking audience to glam onto. Doesn't seem to be really working for him, though, unfortunately.
I don't really enjoy the concept of death too much, or at least I didn't, but now I think I've come to terms with it. If it happens, it happens. And I hope, that I've done enough good to be granted a more comfortable position in the afterlife than a, uncomfortable position. That leads me onto now, where maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, I still felt the same, still believe in a higher power and the existence of heaven and hell, but I actually started reading the Bible lately. I think I'm okay with saying this. There was a YouTuber by the name of Tactikal Templar.
The segment that I have been waiting for. The name that I have been waiting for. Tactikal Templar. Why don't we take a look at what our very, very pious, upstanding individual Tactikal Templar generally puts out there. Oh, and it's a lot of fucking lolcow, standard fucking right-wing evangelist fucking bullshit. It's fucking right-wing fucking slop shit. He also is a big fan of fucking VTubers. Oh, here's Bao. Contributing to the harassment of fucking Shondo, when Shondo defended, God, I'm fucking saying this fucking language, her Oshi Bao, when Bao had the objectively correct take, talking about the tendencies for men to be incredibly fucking manipulative. So, of course, this dumbass also says that Bao was a fucking unhinged man-hater. The reasoning for as to why he says that Bao is a manipulative, unhinged man-hater. You cannot rape your wife or husband. Consent is implied. Well, that's not very Christian of you to say that. Like, just because you're in a religious fucking household, that means marital rape is fucking okay? Well, that's a little fucking weird, my man. If you cannot understand or abide by the basic tenets of marriage as is in accordance with the gospel, then just admit you're secularist feminists who are trying to remove marriage from the faith. Boy Meets Mini, I'm going to ask you, does the Bible say that if you are married with your fucking goddamn wife and you are the husband, that you can just have your way with specifically with your wife? That there's no consent, that consent is automatically fucking implied when you marry a man and a religious pious fucking man? Is that how that works? I'm just a little curious. Boy Meets Many, resident Christian in chat. Is that how that works? I don't think there's any indication within Scripture. I don't remember hearing about that within the Bible. Thank you, Boy Meets Mini. The gospel isn't that specific about marriage. Proverbs does say the husband and wife must submit to one another. Also, you see so many forms of marriage, like polygamy. I don't think Tactical Templar would be all that okay with fucking polygamy. He would only see that as, well, man and wife, only two people in that relationship. But that doesn't say anything about multiple husbands, multiple fucking wives, and that doesn't also say anything in the Bible specifically about fucking rape. Submit to one another, that can mean fucking anything. There's no fucking implication. But there is no implication that only the wife must submit to the husband. It's mutual. Egg fucking exactly. In the mind of this motherfucker, the husband is the patriarch, is the one in charge, and that the wife has to submit to him. Again, like you said before, this motherfucker is applying 1950s style fucking American family values onto scripture. He's putting his own fucking politics where there should not be any such cases. So again, he's a fucking liar. He's a fucking goddamn stupid fucking LARPer. And Victorian family structure. Exactly, Boy Meets Mini. But I ran into this video very conveniently when I was preparing for this. I literally got this in my recommended yesterday. This is from Internet Adjacent. And it goes into very, very good details about the many sins of Tactical fucking Templar, who is, as is this description perfectly fucking says here, a conservative Christian right-wing content creator. Uses his platform to grift off of larger content creators such as Tectone, Nuxtaku, Asmongold, and Dr. Disrespect. Why don't we take a look into our boy fucking Tactical Templar.
Hello everyone. Today's video is an absolutely hilarious situation that needs as many eyes on it as possible. So how many of you have seen anything going on with the creator, Tactical Templar? He's one of those right-wing super Christian guys. He only makes videos on people like Hassan or JD Vance. I mean, we all know the type, the quartering types. Yep. But recently, he's been absolutely engulfed in controversy right now, as it turns out, despite coming across as this Sigma alpha male, everyone else is always wrong type of mindset, the guy turned out to be an absolute lolcow with some of the absolute worst takes I have ever seen online. So
very consistent pattern of behavior from all of these like stupid right-wing super like, oh yeah, I'm like the Giga Alpha Chad, super cool guy. Religion is like Heckin' based. I love family and all this bullshit. Nah, it's they always turn out to be complete fucking degenerate freaks. Trust me. There's a reason why I brought up Shondo here specifically, why he is talking about Shondo's fucking fall from grace. When Shondo was getting harassed by her fucking her right-wing fucking audience because her avatar looks like a fucking lolly. She has done stuff that helped fucking cultivate all that stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Whatever. Earn your bag, queen. I don't really give a shit. Bao is, of course, Shondo's Oshi. For those who may not know, she likes Bao. She's a fan of Bao, basically, right? It's all it's Japanese idol culture shit that got adapted into VTubing, blah, 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 blah. Right? Very, 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 very fucking simple and very clear, okay? If we want to just keep it as simple and TLDR as possible. He felt betrayed about the fact that Shondo was defending Bao and her take, which was an objectively correct take, talking about how larger men content creators will, if they message smaller female content creators and they start love bombing you, you need to get the fuck out of that situation. I've done a whole video about this. Bao, red herrings, and misogyny. I'll stick that video also in the fucking description, where I highlight a lot of the fucking people that are arguing against this are engaging in logical fallacies, specifically that of the red herring. The red herring is simply a rhetorical tactic used by a lot of grifters and dipshits who basically do a particular argument in order to distract from the main overall point. And specifically, what these people were doing was hyper-specifically fixating on the word men, saying, why are you making this a gendered argument? And it's just like, that doesn't fucking matter to the overall argument, right? She is correct in what she is saying. The reason why you mention men in this particular instance is because men are the current dominant within the, streaming space generally speaking. I took a look at the top 100 fucking streamers. Maybe 2 or 3 of them were women. Iron Mouse, and Emiru. And this is, again, in context and in light of the Emiru allegations that she had against Miskiff. So, who would have fucking thought that a lot of fucking women are coming out against this and are saying, like, yeah, actually this is, like, kind of bad. And a lot of women were also coming out in defense of fucking Bao. A lot of men as well, right? It's not a simple, always woman versus man dynamic here. Very, very, like, there's a lot more liberal men who I think are drown out a lot of the fucking pick-me's, because, man, there were a lot of fucking pick-me's that were going after Bao in this particular fucking goddamn instance. A lot of the fucking pick-me's and a lot of the people that were going after Bao specifically for that objectively fucking correct take were just right-wing grifters or communities that have it out for her. That's really about it. These people are fucking charlatans. Just like Tactikal fucking Templar here, who barely understands any fucking scripture. And just like a lot of these other right-wing evangelical fucking grifter types that exist on the internet, he's a fucking degenerate. Very, very degenerate. Where Internet Adjacent is going to get into it, how this motherfucker has defended lolicons and shit like that before, and is a big fan of fucking lolly shit. I'll let Internet Adjacent, though, go more into detail about that.
So for the purpose of this video, I figured I'd just go through some of the highlights of this guy's career, and together, we can all just collectively point and laugh. But before we get into that, make sure to subscribe so that I can feed my starving family. So like I said, this guy's all over the place right now, and it's just hilarious to make fun of him. The dude is genuinely a moron. Let's start off with some of the interesting content that he's made on his channel. A tweet by Nick Andros highlights such hood classics as Twitch hates VTubers. Okay.
07 to Nicandros. We are Nicandros enthusiasts in this fucking channel, okay? Dedicated fucking haters. Love me some dedicated haters.
I'll say it. Dr. Disrespect did nothing wrong, and Nuxtaku's haters...
Oh yeah, he's also defended Dr. Disrespect. Keep in mind, what happened with Dr. Disrespect specifically is he admitted to fucking messaging a minor in fucking Twitch whispers. He admitted to that. This motherfucker has literally said, like, oh, but he won a fucking lawsuit about that. That wasn't about the fucking messaging of the minor in terms of the lawsuit that he won. He won a I don't even think he ended up winning that lawsuit when Twitch fucking banned him, because the argument that Dr. Disrespect was making was that he got fucking banned before his fucking contract went fucking expired, and that's what he sued Twitch for, and he didn't even win that fucking lawsuit. He's just a fucking, like, this Tactikal Templar guy is just a fucking stupid dumbass. Jesus Christ. And also, yeah, Nuxtaku. I'm probably going to do a series of this eventually on fucking Nux specifically, because he too is also a fucking stupid fucking grifter. But that's for a later time.
Just try to get me to condemn him. So, you may be asking, why the hell would you ever defend Dr. Disrespect and Nuxtaku? Well, it's simple. This guy does team sports. If it wasn't obvious, he LARPs as a Christian to try and play team sports with big right-wing creators. I actually think it's super crazy to try and grift off of your own religion, but hey, that's just me. But yeah, I think defending Lolicon, Nuxtaku, and Dr. Disrespect, who admitted to doing one of the craziest and most morally reprehensible things you could do.
Keep in mind, Nuxtaku wanted to collaborate with fucking Shadman, so who has drawn explicit images of children, including Keemstar's fucking daughter.
In general, it might just be like a little bit of a bad idea. I mean, just like a little bit, not exactly the brightest. It might get you a bit of a bad rep to do something like this. Now, you may be asking about the other video there, the one about the VTuber. This VTuber dresses up as a child and acts, let's just say, really weird online. And once again, Templar for some reason defended them. If you're actually wondering what this VTuber's content looks like, I'm not comfortable enough having that on my channel, and I feel like I should tell you
Okay, listen, I'll help you. Just this one time, Internet Adjacent. There was this one famous clip of Shondo. I've seen the clip. It's psychotic, where she basically, I think, just like spammed the word cunny a bunch. And for those who don't know, if you're not overly online like I am, the term cunny is very often used by fucking lolicons who are fucking pedophiles. Let's be honest here. Oh, where she, I don't know, I think she was like repeating a fucking copy pasta or something. I don't really know. I don't really want to fucking know what she was like repeating. Why she was saying cunny, 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 plap, 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 or some shit. And it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? And that helped her fucking cultivate this very strange right-wing fucking audience, because right-wingers very often want to fuck children.
everything about them. Now, one thing that's very prevalent is Templars gooning and how he's just such a big degenerate. Now, okay, listen, unpopular opinion, but if you're doing shit behind closed doors and DMs or any of that, I don't really give a flying fuck what you do. Be as freaky as you want in private. Just don't make your weird freak shit public. Listen, everyone fucks, okay? But not everyone needs to know that you fuck. But that's kind of what this guy does. This guy's an open and unapologetic degenerate freak. He uploaded a video titled "How Big Anime Titties and Thick Thighs Save Lives." I wish I was making that.
Dude, what happened to my based Christian Crusader conservative, bro? Why? I thought he was, like, based. We're talking about fucking anime titties and thick thighs. Oh, by the way, quick reference. This is where Tectone learned, and you know, we didn't get into that part of the video. This is where Tectone basically said and learned that Jesus is really cool from this fucking Crusader LARPer here, dude. Like, it should tell you everything that you need to know. It's all a fucking grift with Tectone specifically. To bring it back full circle to the main topic, the fact that he's using this degenerate fucking gooner who does not practice anything in terms of fucking Christianity and is not pious whatsoever should tell you everything you need to know about Tectone. He's willing to glam on to any particular sort of concept or idea in order to garner a fucking audience. Consistently speaking. Consistently.
Up. If you're a gooner freaking DMs, that's one thing, but being open about it is kind of cringe. Hell, I mean, this is a clip of him donating to a VTuber on stream.
Wow.
Listen, can I delete this fucking message, bro?
Oh, gosh. Usually, what kind of animal do you think I am? Don't hurt her. What? I'm not. I would not be mean.
That's not even the end of this.
That's so fucking cringe, bro. Like, why do you say, oh, God? What about her is making you say, oh, God? What, the fucking childlike appearance, you fucking weirdo? You fat neckbeard looking weirdo? Bro, I can guarantee you, you take that man's helmet off, bro looks like a Discord moderator. Come on, bro.
That's not even the end of this. Someone actually left a comment on his channel saying, American age of consent is weird. It is made to set up men to failure with intent.
Why would you like that? I'm having a little bit of levity. Listen, I should be more fucking serious, but like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Listen, it's not the problem that he's like donating. Listen, if you like a particular content creator, that's like totally fine. But that dude was donating to that fucking VTuber, and listen, no knock on that particular VTuber. It's probably because of the fucking outfit and how she fucking looked that I don't know, got tactical fucking Templars rocks off or some shit. Like, Jesus Christ, bro.
Apart from that sentence being horribly structured, you know, I don't know a lot, but if you're ever in the position where you type out that the American age of consent is weird, then it might be time for you to unplug your router and go outside. And for some reason, Templar actually super liked this comment. Why the fuck would you ever do this? Why would you ever like a comment like this?
Again, like I've said before, for a lot of these conservative right-wing Christians, the reason why they could give less of a fuck about the age of consent, and I'm going to help you here, internet adjacent, is simply just due to the fact that these people do not see children as human. They see them as simulacra, as homunculi. They do not think of them as people who have thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and a will of their own. So they feel like it's their property, so if they want to abuse their property, totally fine by them. Tactikal Templar, no different in that particular aspect.
This is such a massive red flag. Apart from supposedly agreeing with a crazy take, here's another absolutely crazy take he's had on Twitter. You cannot rape your wife or husband. Consent is implied. He then later expanded on this by saying, if you cannot understand or abide by the basic tenets of marriage as is in accordance with the gospel, then just admit you're secularist feminists who are trying to remove marriage from the faith. A man cannot rape his wife. A wife cannot rape her husband.
Obviously, we've already talked about how this has no basis within scripture because it's openly fucking ambiguous. And this is probably the worst possible fucking interpretation possible in terms of a man and woman must submit to each other within marriage. Again, he's applying a lot of his own fucking politics in a statement like that of Victorian fucking family structures, which did not exist back in the times when the Bible was fucking written. A lot more families tended to be more communal, Tactical Templar. Very, very often, they did not live in a fucking house, a single family fucking house with, I don't know, the husband, the wife, and a couple of fucking kids with a dog. Not how that worked.
You guys heard him here first. If you're married and have a spouse, could be a husband, could be a wife, just go in there, rip their clothes off, and just fuck them right now, or at any point. Just do it all the time. Honestly, do it whenever you want to. And if they call the police and the police question you, just point at your ring and, like, you know, legally they have to leave because the gospel said so and God or whatever. It's a relationship life hack. Disclaimer, by the way.
Unironically, well, okay, just a little history here, just for you internet adjacent. That actually used to be the case back during the fucking, well, 30s, 40s, and the 50s. A lot of women would get sexually or domestically fucking abused with their fucking husbands back during those days. And, well, no, anytime the police was called in order to do any of, well, to talk about the abuse that the woman fucking faced, generally speaking, a lot of those cases were generally ignored because, women don't have rights. Who gives a fuck about any of the bullshit that they say? So fuck it, whatever. There was a reason why during the fucking 60s, the sexual revolution fucking happened. And a lot of women's rights, for example, no-fault divorce, became law within the United States of America because of the constant instances of domestic violence and abuse that women had to go through during the fucking 50s. That's why.
Don't actually do this, you will get arrested. You will actually go to prison if you even attempt that. Yeah, but it's just like crazy takes like this that are the reason that this guy is in the situation he's in. Obviously, you can't talk about the situation without talking about the conflict that Templar is in with fellow commentator Queeman. For some reason, Templar thinks he's actually owning Queeman, even though it just, like, it couldn't be farther from the truth. Queeman covered some of the dumb shit that Templar said and made whole videos about them, and obviously Templar was pretty unhappy about that. It spiraled a bit to the point that Queeman started asking about this guy to debate him live, and he's ran from Queeman multiple times when it came to a debate.
Queem online. Hey, Templar, want to talk? No.
Cowardice.
I have absolutely no desire. None.
By the way, this is the guy who fashions himself as the brave Crusader fighting against the degenerate fucking Westoids. The only reason why he's running is because, A, because he's fucking stupid, B, he's not going to be able to defend any of his positions, and C, because he doesn't actually believe in fucking anything. Guaranteed.
I have zero desire to talk to you or anyone like you.
Running.
Because you're not mentally stimulating. And the person that they keep asking me to debate, if you want to know my chat, why they keep asking me to debate.
Actual Tactical Templar depiction here. He's actually being accurate instead of looking like a Space Marine LARPer.
This guy. There's some fucking twink homosexual British loser that apparently reacted to some of my videos, and now they're saying debate me, bro. What is this, fucking 2015? The debate me, bro, guys? No.
But he still has the balls to make
Buddy, you're a part of the fucking ideology and the fucking political movement who did the whole debate me bro shit during the time of Gamergate, okay, bro? Like, please. Listen, stones from a fucking glass house, my man. Stones from a glass house.
him live on stream. This is epic.
It's epic. Is it, right? Is it epic?
If I sounded like I was Fat Walter Jr. from Breaking Bad, like you do, I wouldn't be doing stuff like this. Like, if I sounded like my fucking mouth was drooping, then the last thing I do is make fun of someone for how they sound. And the reason all this is so funny, and the reason that I pointed out, is because Templar has gone on record to say, I have no skin in this fight. But I will say this. I believe people have a right to not associate with and ignore people for any reason. Focus on business and make money. However, if you instigate or respond when provoked and make a claim, you should be willing to debate it 100%. Templar, you should be
Damn, it sounds like you gotta fucking debate Queeman. Listen, if you want to debate Tactical Templar, I'm open. Shoot me a fucking message. You want to fucking debate on your probable really bad fucking bow takes? I have no problem with doing that fucking debate. Not one whatsoever. You want to have that fucking debate? We can have that fucking debate, because I guarantee you, I haven't even watched the video yet, but I know you probably said some real stupid fuck shit.
willing to debate people, then why are you running from Queeman? I mean, hell man, I challenge you to a debate. I'll debate you if you want. Fuck it, man. Let's do it. We can talk all we want about a certain video you made in which certain material wasn't censored despite what it is. I do not recommend you go watch this video.
Wait, hold on. I need it. But it's not real. AI generated child art could be the next. Okay. I don't want to know, man. No, I regret my decisions in life.
I do not recommend you go watch this video, but if you do know, then you know what I'm talking about. And if you want to know how this guy gets even more pathetic, the two specific instances I want to highlight are when he read through his own Kiwi Farms thread and when he made 4 separate videos on the rules in Asmongold's Discord server.
Why are you reading through your Kiwi Farms thread? What the fuck are you doing? That's like rule number 1 on the internet of anti-fucking lolcow behavior. It's reading your own fucking Kiwi Farms thread. And you did it on stream? Oh, by the way, again, cycle back around. This is the fucking guy who Tectone learned that Jesus was actually kind of a cool guy from. This motherfucker.
In his newest stream from about an hour ago, as the time of me writing this, he streamed himself reading through his own Kiwi Farms thread. And listen, for those of you who aspire to be content creators, let me just give you a little bit of personal advice. If you know someone who reads through their own Kiwi Farms thread, or reads about themselves, or searches themselves up on websites like Twitter and Reddit, fucking cut all contact, because that person is a lolcow with training wheels. And in regards to the Asmongold video, he made 4 whole videos about Asmongold server and the mods in it. And this whole thing happened.
Why are you making 4 videos complaining about Discord bots, bro? What? Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. That's fucking pathetic, bro. Jesus Christ, man.
Because
although honestly, him and Tectone I think are perfect fits for one another. Fucking weirdo rapist is okay with rape or some shit. Will go after fucking minority populations and other people. They both fucking hate women. I think they're actually a match made in heaven.
Asmon has a rule in his server where people can't talk about things like religion. Pretty standard Discord rule. But Templar actually went to the mods of the server to bitch about it, and then got upset when he got banned. The reason that Templar actually joined Asmongold's server in the first place is because this whole thing happened at the time that Asmongold's dad died. Yeah, he joined to try and insert himself into that and grift to try to get close to Asmon.
I could tell you why exactly he did that. It's because of this video.
YouTuber by the name of Tactikal Templar that kind of made Jesus seem pretty cool, as well as Nuxtaku that made Jesus seem pretty cool, as well as
That is why. Bro, if you also think that Jesus seems cool because of fucking Nuxtaku, you may need to get your fucking head checked again, because Nuxtaku is a degenerate fucking lolicon weirdo, bro. Like, okay, man. Nice fucking meme, bro. Like, yeah, it's because of that. He feels like he has some kind of clout that he can get some form of notoriety and adulation, and so he wants to try to get into the Asmongold sort of sphere of things and grift off of it. Exactly like Internet Adjacent is saying here.
That's actually like disgustingly gross. Vickers actually took one for the team and went into Asmon's Discord server to find all the logs of what Templar actually did and said, because believe it or not, when Templar talked about this incident, he wasn't exactly honest, which is anyone shocked? He joined and immediately talked about praying. He was posting Bible verses, saying shit like, I hope Asmongold and his father are in everyone's prayers, telling people with cunny PFPs that their profiles are nice, which is...
Dude, I've been on the internet for the past almost 20 years at this point. The amount of times that I have consistently seen this pattern of behavior where you have these like based fucking tradcath conservative types or whatever. Who cares if this guy's a fucking I mean, he dresses himself as a fucking Templar. Okay, I'm gonna assume he's a tradcath, Nazi 9 times out of 10. They always tend to be the most fucking lascivious, most degenerate fucking weirdos every single fucking time. It's so bad that even like Shoe on Head of all people exposes these motherfuckers for just how much of degenerate fucking weirdos that they are, and she is correct in that assessment.
Is truly more sus than any character from among us. He made everything about religion, and eventually the mods kind of were just like, alright, fuck this, and they cracked down on it. Templar decided to argue with them, and he ended up getting banned. And that's when he made all these shitty videos calling out the mods. This guy is a complete fucking pathetic lolcow Spurg. He fits every single criteria. Spurging publicly, he's a public gooner. I mean, he made a fucking video on how he was unhappy with the rules in a Discord server.
The rules are...
That's actually fucking pathetic, bro. Like, rules in a fucking Discord server. Like, buddy, like, you wanna, like, oh, these are a little too fucking generic. It's called reading the fucking room, having like an understanding of social cues. Like, you went into Asmongold's server and you just kept spamming about like Bible quotes and fucking bullshit. Like, to a fucking degree, bro. To a degree.
No religious topics. Well, what is a topic? I'm not here to get like Jordan Peterson. Like, what is? No, like a religious topic.
I love it when my heckin' conservative arenos do the exact same thing that they say that they don't want to do. What is a topic? What is a religion? What is a political? I don't know what these words mean. You know, they mean things. But people are trying to prescribe these positions onto me, but I don't agree with that. Yeah.
Topic. Okay, so we're not gonna have a back and forth like you're a Muslim, I'm a Christian, we're going back and forth, we're talking about our religion. I understand that. That makes perfect sense. But just saying scripture, like John 3:16, for example, that's banned.
Dude, that is like different fucking levels of pathetic. I don't have the mental capacity to understand how much of a loser you are to do something like that. Now, one last thing before I end the video. Emrao actually sent me this video, but I figured it was funny enough to include here. This is a video he uploaded titled Star Wars New Film Stars Pregnant Single Mother Rey. Now, obviously, we're not gonna watch the whole video, but
What? Okay. I didn't watch all the Star Wars movies. I watched the 7th episode and the 8th episode. I didn't watch the 9th episode. At no point was Rey pregnant. Or, like, a mother. It's... Okay. I know why they're doing it. It's to do the stupid, vague, like, anti-SJW, anti-woke fucking bullshit, because, again, he's a base tradcath conservative, totally heckin' based Epicarino dude. I gotta go after Star Wars for being overly woke or some shit. Stupid.
I just want to highlight what happens when he shows a photo of a pregnant woman.
Go. Yes, you see that correctly. Ray? Remember Ray? Well, she's pregnant.
Why are you rubbing your hands like that? Why are you rubbing your hands like that? Why? Why are you doing that? I'm gonna reiterate this point yet again. Him and Tectone are perfect for one another. Disrespectful women, very weird, creepy, rapey individuals, degenerate lolicon gooner type dipshits and idiots. There's a follow-up video that Shamu did specifically talking about a lot of Tectone's degenerate, weird sort of bullshit, and is a very, very good documentation of a lot of Tectone's seeming adulation and fondness for fucking lolly characters.
He fucking rubbed his hands at seeing a pregnant woman. That is such a weird response. Funny, but I don't think it's intentionally funny. But yeah, as of right now, that is basically everything I could find. This guy sucks. Listen, totally have to talk to you, Templar. If enough information comes out, I'll cover it in a part 2. And like I said, Templar, if you're watching this, then I'm totally willing to debate you on live, bro. You can host it, man.
Really?
I just want to poke and prod at your brain real quick. And don't worry, I'm not Cleeman, so you shouldn't be scared to debate me. Anyway, that's...
I don't know. You seem terrifying, internet adjacent. I don't know. Your PFP is like a cat with a Cubone mask on it. I don't know. It seems terrifying to me. So we went on a little bit of a tangent there, of course. Just to get a idea for as to some of the individuals that Tectone taught, learnt, I suppose for lack of a better term, as to why Jesus is fucking cool. It's from weirdo fucking right-wing grifters and lolicon fucking degenerate weirdos. Yeah, very, very cool. Very, very upstanding, religious, pious practitioners of religion over there. People like Tactikal Templar and Nuxtaku. Very cool.
Charlie Kirk being...
Oh, and Charlie Kirk, who only became more of an evangelist, theocratic fucking fascist, because he was forced that way, forced to go further right, rather, because of Nick Fuentes and the Groypers.
So comfortable with death, and all he wanted to be remembered for was his faith, that I actually started reading the Bible, and I actually like it. It's been pretty cool. I believe what I read was Genesis 37 through 50, which I believe was the story of Joseph. It was a great story.
Bro, I like Genesis the most, bro. It's Genesis is like so heckin' based and epic. Boy Meets Mini, can we get some story assessments? The stories that this motherfucker likes the most. I think he also goes into the story of Job as well. Can we get a barometer on this in terms of the potential for sussiness? Boy Meets Mini.
Great passages like Galatians 4:16, which can be summarized by, "So we're enemies now that I've told you the truth," as well as I really enjoy hearing the story of Job, which a great YouTuber summarized as the most unfair story in the Bible ever told, which has been very entertaining for me. Really trying to give this whole religion thing a shot has been...
No, Boy Meets Mini, I'm basically asking, in terms of the sussiness meter, what's your assessment here in terms of the passages that fucking Tectone references to here, right? Like, yeah, he talked about Genesis 37 to 50 being about Joseph, the story of Job, and also Galatians 4:16. I remember that being like a meme in a Discord that I was in, constant mentions of Galatians 4:16, which I found it very curious that there was a chapter in the Bible called Galatians. For those who don't know, in history, the Galatians were a tribe that lived in around Inner Asia Minor, right around the Cappadocian Mountains. They were a Celtic tribe, which is rather interesting, but you know, I digress. I'm asking about like the fucking sussiness meter, because I feel like this is something that a lot of fucking grifters like to talk about as, oh, these are actually like really, really good stories and shit like that, where you can learn a lot about the fucking Bible and shit like that, because that's where the apostles went. Gotcha, Boy Meets Mini.
Difficult, but I'm trying to enter it with an open heart and open mind, because I don't know if there's many people like me out there where I've always wanted to truly believe, but it's hard, and you do want to fully commit, but you're still unsure, and you want to be sure, and you want to feel the way that you believe other people, which is so strong in their belief. Because I think it's so beautiful. It is. It's a very, very, very beautiful thing, but it's difficult. And I've been afraid of fully giving myself to trying this, but I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. And I'm not going to make this a religion channel or anything. I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to give church a shot. And if it's cool, great. If not, okay, well, wasn't for me.
And from this video, ever since, he has not brought up, I think, anything in terms of his religious journey. I'm just curious. Let me double check that. I don't think he's followed up on this whatsoever. Not shorts, videos. Yeah, he's mostly talking about the fucking drama with, like, Miskiff and stuff like that. And also, like, more drama bullshit. Yeah. I don't think we're getting any follow-throughs on that one, guys. He also hasn't talked about it at all on Twitter. So, I think he's just, again, like I said before, this is a consistent pattern of behavior with grifters like Tectone. He didn't see any ostensible benefit from trying to be a fucking evangelist and going to fucking religion, and didn't see any fucking sub-growth from that really whatsoever. Nothing significant in comparison to what he had during the fucking summer, and so he decided to fucking drop it. When was this released? About a month ago. So that would have been about October. So he saw like a little bit of a bump in 10k subscribers, but that was probably more so because of the Miskiff stuff and TwitchCon stuff that he was going hard in the paint for. Galatians 4 is kind of sus because of how Paul wrote about slavery. Yeah.
But I think there's 3 very important principles.
He looked down upon slaves as an analogy of those who worship false pagan deities, slaves, versus those who follow Jesus, free. Yeah, that's definitely a little fucking suspicious. Yeah, I don't think like anyone is a worshiper of fucking pagan deities because they're a fucking slave inherently. That seems fucking psychotic, dude.
Principles in life, which are mind, body, and soul. And since I started reading the Bible again, and I'm not trying to convert anybody to Christianity here, I'm just telling you guys what's going on with me. Since I started reading the Bible again, I feel better. I do. I feel very good. I feel very motivated. I feel like I have purpose. I was in the gym yesterday, and I'm currently on a severe deficit, and I'm working out incredibly hard. I'm hitting all my macros, and there's been 2 other times where I felt truly touched by God himself. But for a 3rd time...
So, again, a consistent pattern of behavior with a lot of these fucking grifters. They'll do, like, the gym bro shit and do all the fucking, like, evangelical, like, Jesus LARPy bullshit and talk about, like, similar example, the Golden One, who is a white nationalist, often would talk about, well, how races shouldn't be really mixing with one another. Slight example, just one thing. Did all the fucking pious bullshit, and also about, well, a lot of fucking pandering about religion as well. Very, very evangelical with people like the Golden One. That's not really the kind of liberation, rather, Jesus spoke of. It was more about freedom from social status, less caste, individualism, and people's judgments. Well, given from people like Tectone, I don't think that is the lesson that he overall internalized from Galatians 4:16, if I were to take a guess.
Felt what I believed to be the Lord's presence in the gym. And it was a very unique feeling. And it was very... when you play Undertale...
Like, the Lord's presence in the fucking gym, bro. Like, are we being for real right now? Yeah, dude, the Lord is making sure that you hit your macros and that you do an extra fucking set of, I don't know, fucking curls or some shit. Bicep curls or some shit. Yeah, dude. Like, are we being for real right now? Yeah, dude, totally. I hope that the point that I'm saying here is that he's doing... It's all fucking grift bullshit, evangelist fitness bullshit, like, it's nonsense. He's trying to grift to a particular fucking audience, again, to mimic this fucking goddamn sub-growth that he had during the fucking fall. That's all that it is to it. And he's trying to use fucking religion as a way to do that.
And it says you feel filled with determination. I felt like that. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's placebo, maybe it's not. But I've always been a pretty spiritual guy. I mean, side note, when my grandmother passed, let me give you the whole story. So I was laying in my truck bed in El Paso, my friend's truck bed in El Paso, Texas. And I was kind of sad, and I tried praying to God for the first time in a long time back then. And my grandma came up to me and asked me, "John, what are you doing in the bed? We don't really hang out anymore. Are you doing okay? I love you with my whole heart, and I miss you." And then immediately after that, she left, and then I got a call from one of my family members informing me that my grandmother had just passed away in the hospital bed. And it was a very surreal experience. It was, and I'll never forget it. It's so specific in my mind. And it was scary, and I didn't know how to explain it. Maybe my brain's just fucked up, and I'm schizophrenic, so it probably is. But I think the world's a crazy place, and I know for a while religion was seen as like gay and wow, that's cringe. And I remember how glorified it was to just not believe in anything. And anyways, I just want to say I'm giving this a shot and would like to work on the
That talking point is the exact same bullshit that all these like Zoomer idiots that get into religion say consistently. It's like, oh, it used to be like heckin' based to believe in basically nothing and be like an atheist, but then I found God, and all of a sudden I became like so fucking based. And they tend to be like the most stupid, like a degenerate fucking right-wing weirdos consistently. Again, I'm going to reiterate this point. For Tectone, it is all about the fucking grift. He's trying to do the exact same thing. Yes, it's very much so counter fucking cultural, right? Because everything is woke and atheist in the minds of these fucking people. You have to be like a right-wing, anti-woke, like base tradcath conservative or something. When in reality, the thing is with that particular sort of identifier is that is the current fucking culture that exists within the United States and has always been the culture of the United States of America. It's not countercultural to be a evangelical right-wing fucking weirdo. It's never been fucking countercultural. It's just there's this like perception in the minds of these people that it is now the counterculture to do that, because of a lot of fucking grifters talking about shit like that. And Tectone is doing the exact same fucking shit. Because again, for him, all about audience retention.
whole mind, body, and soul, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. I don't know if any of you guys care, but to be honest, I kind of just miss talking to you guys, so I just figured I'd make a quick little YouTube video. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. I hope. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Tectone. But yes, I hope this case, which I will self-admit, it was a little bit all over the place, but I hope it was overall a decent encapsulation for as to why this motherfucker is just a grifter. He doesn't believe in anything. He's a charlatan. It is a classic case of a dude who fucking abused his fucking goddamn partners twice. That being, of course, with Pinkchyu and also Fream, going down along the fucking right-wing rabbit hole because he was seeing some success, going down that fucking goddamn rabbit hole, consistently talking about Asmongold and fucking and Hassan, seeing a significant amount of success from that, trying to use controversies that he has been in consistently about his family members, or that he is trying to use himself in order to generate more clicks and fucking views for himself, in order to garner particular fucking audiences because of all the stupid fucking controversies that he's in. Ultimately culminating into, oh, this fucking dumbass, not dumbass, but this fucking protection order that's been on him for quite a fucking while, and him talking about like why he's not fucking streaming anymore. It's because of shit like this, because he keeps talking about his fucking exes on his stream consistently, and they keep reinstating and getting an extension on that fucking protection order because he just can't fucking shut the fuck up. That's why. And it inevitably going into the final form of the fucking grift, where he's going ahead and becoming a fucking evangelical fucking goddamn Christian. This is a pattern of behavior that has been done before with people like Milo Yiannopoulos and also fucking Russell Brand. Multiple fucking examples of this. This is not synonymous fucking behavior. And also the same shit was done with fucking Charlie Kirk. But in the case of Charlie Kirk, it was to move from fucking secular libertarianism to become a further right-wing evangelist and white nationalist because he was pushed there by the fucking Groypers. Same with people like Nuxtaku, same with people like fucking Dave Rubin, same with all of these fucking right-wing freaks and, well, morons. Candace Owens as well. Throw her in the pile as well. Consistent fucking pattern of behavior, and with people like Tectone, not any fucking different. He is following the exact same through line as a lot of these other right-wing, LARPy, evangelical fucking freaks. I mean, with Tactikal Templar, I think he's always just been a complete fucking dumbass. Like, I think he's just always been a fucking idiot. But yeah, he is a charlatan. He is a freak. He is a grifter. Nothing that comes out of this man's mouth should be fucking believed. It's very, very funny how he said that he was going on this pious journey, this religious journey, hasn't followed up on it or talked about it yet. Now, I could be being a little dishonest there in terms of what I am saying here. Talk about, well, you haven't given him enough time. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, maybe. But here's the thing. To suddenly want to go to fucking church after the culmination of all these fucking scandals, abuse allegations, saying random slurs, all the stuff that came out about your dad, all the everything that he tries to do in order to garner attention. Do you really fucking believe for even 3 seconds that he's being serious about anything he says about going on a fucking religious journey? I ultimately leave that question all up to you, because personally, I don't fucking buy it. I'm not buying it, and I think it is perfectly fair and safe to say to hit Tectone with the stamp of a fucking grifter. This is a motherfucker who will do anything possible in order to garner an audience and manipulate them to give him notoriety and fucking clicks on the internet. I don't think there's really much else to say besides Tectone is just a fucking grifter.